There's zero reasons for any vocal teachers to put their fingers inside of your mouth.
Okay, let's talk about it. Why would he do that? So I know that not everything is obvious, right? So sometimes you have to teach people what that actually is, okay? So predators will do certain manipulative things like that with kids to gauge how well they are or how well they've been taught body safety. So basically, a predator is going to use different ways and different methods, whether that be horseplay, tickling, manipulating certain things like this. Like if you go watch that video, you have two vocal people that have been within vocal training for years upon years upon years, and not once did any of our vocal teachers put their fingers in our mouths. So you had this man who was a teacher at St. Helens High School who had convinced these children that in order to be a good singer, or in order to check how well their tone can develop, or some stupid shit like that, told these kids he needed to stick his fingers in their mouth to check their soft palate. Like their soft palate in the back of their mouth. Okay, so what do we know is back there? Your gag reflex. Okay, so let's not state the obvious, but let's look at different scenarios like this where, do you remember the Larry Nassar trial where you had all of these amazing Olympians, these women that were on the gymnastics team and they were at the Olympics, and this man had convinced these children that he needed to touch specific body parts in order to help probably release pressure, or like, you know what I mean? So we need to just be teaching our kids at young ages about body safety. You teach them what the real words are of body parts at age appropriate levels. You teach them no zones. You teach them what a predator actually looks like. When I first started teaching my kids about this, they were probably 3, 4, 5, 2, like, no, we don't touch those. That's our body. We do not touch other people's bodies. No one's allowed to touch your body. Things like that. And then as they grow up, you start talking about more serious things. And then you start talking about scenarios. And when my kids were probably about 7, at least my teenager, I asked her, what do you think a predator looks like? What do you think a bad guy looks like? And she described a homeless man. Not once did she think, oh, it could be a principal. Oh, it could be a teacher. It could be a police officer. Because we're not teaching kids appropriate education to protect themselves. So that is why Eric Stearns thought it would be okay to manipulate these kids. He was gauging what their body safety knowledge was. So start arming your kids with the right knowledge to protect themselves and the right information on where to go if something happens. I feel like that information is not being taught anymore, at least not the way it was when I was in school. So happy Thanksgiving, you guys. I'm gonna get ready. I gotta get my kids ready. We're gonna go have a good meal, and I hope all of you guys will do the same. If you are alone on Thanksgiving, know that I am with you in spirit because I've been there and I know what it's like. Bye, guys.